Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing? I usually give a couple minutes for people to get on, but because we have kind of a shortened meeting, because I have a Facebook Live, my first time ever, I'm really excited. Totally not excited, just so you all know. I have to get off of this meeting so I can prepare for that one. So we're going to go through things succinctly and find out kind of what everyone is up to and give you guys also plenty of time for questions, because I always do set this time aside to answer questions. So I want to make sure that any of those get answered for you guys. So it's been a kind of crazy week for me. I'm wondering how everyone else this week has gone. Trying to see where you guys are as far as marketing ideas. I want to talk to you about the goals that we're going to be doing, the goal training, how to make your 2021 best year ever. Lots of different things to talk about on today's call. So first off, thank you everyone for being on and being on time. I appreciate that very, very much. I just met with another lender. We are working with a couple of different lenders to really kind of set things up where you guys have some different options coming up in the next year or so, or not year or so, month or so, sorry. Also wanted to make sure you guys are keeping up to date on the Northwest MLS updates. They're only allowing 25% capacity in the office, and I got to tell you, you guys are, the office here is definitely being kept under that. So that's been good that we're not going to have any issues there. Does anyone have any questions as far as what's allowed via COVID right now? Yes, no, no. All right. So I'm glad that you guys have been keeping up to date on that. Masks are still required. Appointments are still required. Any type of real estate activity has to be by appointment only. And those are kind of the main things. Make sure that you keep clients masked, you masked when you're out showing houses. You also need to make sure that there's no more than 5 people in the property at any given time. That's been a big one that I've seen on a lot of my broker groups. People are freaking out about that. They don't want to have huge groups walking through their house. So just something to keep in mind when you're out there. Make sure that you are staying within the guidelines. Also, I really want to say that you guys have had amazing December. We've already closed almost $9 million this month of real estate, which, historically, December is a slow month. And you guys, I have not seen a December this hot in a really long time. We definitely have a lot of things going on, which is pretty cool. We have, listings that are coming live almost daily. I see new listings popping up for Nexus. Please do remember that if it's a Nexus listing, you guys are free to share any information about that listing, market it. All of those listings are free game for everyone. I want you guys out marketing the listings that are coming on. I want you to use them to get buyers. Does anybody have any marketing they've been doing that they want to talk about and share that's been working? If not, I'm happy to share what's been working for me. Haven't necessarily gotten a ton of qualified buyers, but I've definitely gotten a lot of activity from posting on Facebook Marketplace. So when you go into Facebook Marketplace, does everyone know how to advertise a house on Facebook Marketplace?
Yes, and it helped me to find a house for my client who has been struggling to find a house she wanted to buy for 6 months. So my last transaction is from Facebook Marketplace. It works.
It's pretty awesome. So I'm going to show you guys on here. Okay, hold on. So Can you guys see my screen now?
Yay.
Okay. So when you go on Marketplace, right? You go on and you can create a new listing. Homes for sale or for rent. Click. And you guys can create your own Facebook Marketplace for any of the listings. So what you can do is take the photos from the Northwest MLS, add them here, and move along. That's what there is to do. So you guys can advertise any of the Nexus listings. And do you guys know how to pull Nexus listings? So you know which ones you can advertise?
I don't.
All right.
Tell
I'm
me
going, here we go. Because I've had a few people ask me if I could show this. So I'm going to show this again. Oh, come on. I'm always petrified when I'm doing Zoom and I have to log in somewhere that you guys are going to see how bad I am at remembering passwords. So if you see my face like as I'm logging in, that's why. So to search Nexus listings, right? Because you really do want to advertise just what is active. Now, here's the thing. If we don't have any active listings, because listings are selling pretty quick, you can advertise something that's like pending. And when people call, just say, hey, that one sold, but we have more. What's your email? I can send you something, right? So single family listings, right? You're going to go in general. So you do a search, right? And I'm just going to do active and listing office. Boop. Here we go. Here's all of our active listings, right? So one of the great things is you can look at, okay, which area do I want to market in? What type of property do I want to do? Condo, residential, kind of figure that out. You can always contact the listing broker, because if you click on this, like, oh, this is a super cute house, right? It's been on the market for 4 days, still active. You can always, you know, contact either at the listing brokers if you have questions about it. And so one of the things that I do is I just go on here, you know, copy this image, and that's how you can upload the pictures onto Facebook. So use the pictures from the Northwest MLS. You don't need to go out and get your own pictures, because, you know, that's going to be a lot more, you know, time. It is nice to go out, and if you're doing it on Facebook, is to add, like if you have a video of the property, then you can message, when people message you about the property, you can message them the video. So I definitely do recommend, if you can, if you have the time and availability to go out, it's definitely nice to go ahead and be able to showcase the listing that you, so you know about the listing. You're not just advertising something that you're unaware of what the features and all of those things are. So definitely, you know, if you can, go check out the listing, but sharing it on Facebook Marketplace, because I've shown how to share via KV Core many times. And I wanted to share with you guys kind of how you can market a listing without having to use the link from KV Core. And you're advertising on Marketplace, so you're hitting all of the buyers that are looking. So that's kind of one way to market on Facebook. Does anybody have any questions? No questions? That's kind of surprising. I thought you guys would have more questions about that. But I do want to talk to you guys all about the goal training that is coming up. It's not just goal training. It's going to be training on marketing. We're going to have some top producers who are going to come in and talk about like their daily schedule. We're going to have top producers who are going to come in and talk about social media. We are going to have top producers who are going to be coming in talking about like the strategies that they use in order to be top producers. So I'm really excited for this. It's going to be open to all brokers, not just Nexus brokers, and it's going to be done via Zoom, Facebook Live type scenario. And I hope that you guys will participate to kind of get yourself set up with realistic goals for 2021 and a plan how to implement daily tasks in order to hit your goals. Because that's all it is. It's basically doing what there is to do. You start to figure out, okay, this is my conversion percentage. This is how I am able to best spend my marketing time, budget, whatever it is that you're doing for marketing to get the best results. So I'm super excited. I am definitely a goal-based person. If I don't have my goals like laid out in front of me, I kind of falter. It's really hard to always make sure that you're in a positive mood and you're getting up and you're doing what there is to do when you don't really have an end goal. So that's one of the reasons why I'm starting out 2021 with you guys doing this, spending the time and energy to do the prep work and everything that is needed, getting, you know, top producers to come and talk to you guys and really give you ideas, because it's not one size fits all for people at all. There's people who are amazing marketing online. Then there are people who are amazing with social networking, like within their sphere, not just on social media, right? Then there are people who are social media gurus. So it's kind of trying things on and figuring out what's going to work best for you. Because while we've had amazing numbers, and this month, quite frankly, is going to continue to be amazing looking at the projected closings, I would love for every month to be over a $20 million month where we're paying out to you guys insane amounts of money. I get so excited to see you guys closing and see everybody just really getting out there and doing the business. So I want to do training on lead conversions. And also, is there anything else that you guys really want to see kind of coming into 2021? Because this is my time to kind of chat with you guys. So does anybody have anything that they're really interested in seeing as far as goals or trainings?
How to close 5 transactions per month.
Okay, so that would be a goal, right?
Yes.
So that all that is, and it's really simple. I think people like to make stuff more difficult than it actually is. And to close 5 transactions a month, you figure out, okay, this is where my past clients have come from. So there's a goal training worksheet that I'm going to be sending out so that you guys can see this. But in a nutshell, it's okay, this is where my business has been coming from. This is the time I need to spend. This is, I want to try this other marketing thing, and it's just a numbers game. That's it. I mean, you can consistently close 5 deals a month, right? It's just doing what there is to do. So really, anytime that you get over 3 to 4 deals a month, that's when you have to start looking at an assistant. And that's if you're doing this full time. This is like what you're devoting your time to. Anytime that you get over that number, that's kind of the threshold that industry wide, it's standard to start looking at an assistant, because there's a lot of menial tasks that need to be done on these. And if you can outsource that at a reasonable rate and still, you know, expand your production, that's kind of the cost breakdown of when you start looking at that. But those are all things I completely will go over more in depth during trainings. but I'm glad that you asked me that, because a lot of people, I think, have an idea of what they want to do, but they don't really necessarily have the framework to put an action plan into place to do what there is to do to reach their goal. And that's what I really want to work on with you guys, because goals are not some, idea you write down on a piece of paper and then never revisit. And that's something that I'm going to go over in the training too. It's like a living, working document that you want to start out your day looking at your goal. And one of the things that always keeps me inspired is looking at my 20-year goal or my 15-year goal and going, okay, that's where I want to be. This is who I need to be right now in order to hit my check marks to be there. Does that make sense?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah. So I know that Mila has been amazing at crushing her goals. When she comes up with something, it's like, oh, I want to do this in 3 years. Oh, I already made it. So one of the things that I always say, it doesn't matter what your goals are. Your goal should make you feel a little like almost sick to your stomach, uneasy. That's when you know you hit like the goal that's going to push you, because I'm all about people always growing, expanding, and pushing themselves. So that's something that I really am passionate about, is not being sedentary and deciding, oh, well, I did great last month. I'm going to take my foot off the gas and coast for a while. I really am excited about getting people to the level they want to be at. Way more than I am about doing my own business. I was talking to Forbes. I don't think he's on today, but I was talking to him yesterday, and he said, well, what's your favorite part of real estate? Is it managing people? Is it flipping houses? Is it buying your own investments? What's your favorite thing? And I hate to answer that, right? Because I'm like, I love it all, right? And there are times where flipping is like, yes, I love this. Then there's times where I'm like, oh my gosh, if I ever see another tile sample, I'm going to lose my mind, right? So I think one of the greatest things for me, and what I said to him was, really, it's when somebody that I've been coaching crushes their goals. Like when they just exceed and they do something that they never thought they could do, and watching them just be like, holy cow, these were my goals 6 months ago and look at where I am. And they realize that it's not rocket science. This isn't something that, takes someone with, Einstein's IQ in order to succeed at. It really is consistency and doing what there is to do. Oh, Forbes is on here. Hi.
And a lot of luck.
It's not luck. No. I will definitely say I love Oprah's quote where it says, opportunity is when luck meets like hard work, something along those lines. I don't think that is just luck. It's who you know and getting your name out there. Because here's the thing. I don't know very many people who are consistently closing between 100 and 200 deals a year that attribute their success to luck. Because it's not just, oh, I walked into a cash buyer who was excited to do, 12 deals a month with me, and, it was just lucky. It's like, no, it definitely is hard work, and it doesn't have to be necessarily like backbreaking, like horrible work, but definitely it is work and consistency. That is probably the biggest thing that I have coached on through the last 15 years of coaching people. You have to be consistent. Otherwise, you're going to be on that same roller coaster that so many brokers fall into. I made $50,000 last month. I'm just going to hang out. It's like, no, you need to still be working. Like one of the things that I've said for way too long is I wake up every day unemployed, every day. And I never go, oh, you know what? I can just, take this off. I haven't had a day off since, well, at least since June. Not one day off where I've taken the whole day and just said, I'm turning off my phone. I'm not doing this. No, because I know what that would do, right? Now, I'm not saying that I'm never going to take a day off because I do love vacation, but let's face it, can't really do anything.
Every time when you take a vacation, you get more phone calls from the clients.
That's what I've said this so many times. If you ever want, a contract, like you make a bet with your coach, because I used to do this all the time and make bets with my coaches. I bet you I can get, 4 new contracts this week. Then all you have to do is announce, hey, I'm going out of town. And it's like, boom, everybody suddenly needs you. So yeah, I really do laugh at that, because 100%, as soon as you announce that you're going on vacation, all the people who were on the fence are suddenly off the fence, and they want something and they want it 10 minutes ago.
Yep. And one advice to those who has like huge goals and things he cannot achieve them, do not listen to people who are laughing at your goals and don't believe in you. Just ignore them.
Well, and my thing is, you want to have your support, people who are that are excited for you and are behind you 100%. Like, you have your people, your tribe, the people who you trust, they are, like your cheerleaders. Share your goals with them. I see all the time people put these huge goals out and they like announce it. And then you've got all the naysayers and all these people who are just like, oh, not a chance. Why have the opportunity for negativity? Why open yourself up to that? I'm not that person. I don't believe in just saying, yeah, this is what I'm doing, because there's going to be those people who were your friend and they're going to be like, well, why would they get to make this much money? I used to refer her business, but clearly she's doing too well. So, you want to create your goals and maybe share like part of them, but I don't like ever sharing like income stuff with people, because people are either going to think, oh, she's not making enough or she's making too much. And I just would rather not get into like personal income, put it out there ever. Now, do I love sharing about vacations and, plans for my kids? Yes, I do. Right? People always get behind that stuff because they think it's great. So today is going to be, like I had said, a little bit shorter call. I do want to give time for questions, because I feel like I went on kind of the gold tangent and didn't necessarily get to everything else, but I want to have enough time to go over any questions, because I know a lot of you guys definitely have questions. And even if you had asked me a question before, you can ask again in this setting, because a lot of times people will have the same question that you had, but they don't want to ask it. And I always encourage you, there's no such thing as a stupid question. I'm full of stupid answers, but there's no such thing as a stupid question. So if you have a question, always ask it. Feel free to ask. Anybody? Does anybody have any listings that are coming up or buyers that they are frantically searching for?
I have a listing coming up February.
Where?
Kirkland. Mila, that's you, right? The B is you, right?
That's me. Yeah, I know about it.
Yeah. Like, I don't see your face when I see the B, but I recognize the voice. Yes, Kirkland, the renovation has started today. So we have February 15th, it's supposed to hit the market, but we're hoping it will hit the market by February 1st. So keep the fingers crossed.
When can we expect to see the video tours of the renovations?
It's just started. So mainly for now, we're doing pictures.
Before and afters. I would love to see some videos posted.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, and I'm co-listing it with another agent, so it's
that's why you gotta get more of the not marketing.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's my client, and then he's just with the renovation. But yeah, I will definitely do that. I actually posted today on social media, but that was just like a, you know, one picture. But before and after is definitely coming. It's just started today. So yeah.
Because I would love to see like weekly updates. Hey, you know, this is what I do for my
Uh-huh.
clients. I check in on the projects. We, you know,
Okay.
this will
Yeah.
be a listing going live at some point, but
Uh-huh.
you know, I always go and check. Ooh, look at this updates that they're doing. Share,
Ye-
share,
Okay.
share. Do not
Yes.
give price. Do not
No.
give address.
No. I'm just saying it's
Yep.
Kirkland here because it's Nexus. We are here in the meeting, but I wouldn't share it on the social media, the address or even the location, because I don't want to go against the MLS rules and get fined for it.
That's right. No fine. That's what we're working on. No fines.
But Lori, so it's okay to actually promote the listing without
You're not promoting
mentioning
the listing. You're promoting your services that you provide for the seller.
Okay, project,
Showing
basically.
that you're checking in on renovations.
Okay.
And you can share like, oh my gosh, look at this upgrade that they're doing. Isn't this amazing? Who's looking for, you know, who's looking for new upgrades?
Okay. Yeah. And then hopefully, you know, it's all done. And, you know, I mean, the lease agreement is signed. We just need to do the renovation. It's, you know, supposed to be 6 weeks. So we'll keep the fingers crossed. So, yeah. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, sorry. For a second, my phone froze. So.
Oh, no worries.
This is Kat. I'll have a listing coming on Mercer Island. We put that house on the market before, and we did have a pretty good contract price. But later on, we were asked to budge on some of the renovations, which actually didn't cost as much as the people wanted to discount. And then the husband and wife that are actually going through the divorce decided that they'll keep it as their investment property under LLC. But after a little bit more of the quarantine, they decided they wanted to have nothing in common. So we're putting that house on January 18th.
Is that mid-century modern that I was in love with?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm completely obsessed with mid-century modern houses, like completely. And this one being on Mercer Island and everything else, I'm like, oh, love. So
Yeah,
I'm sharing the crap out of that listing, just so you know, because that is like, oh.
Oh, please do, because I'm due to commission and a chair. Like that's mine. I'm taking one chair out of that house.
Ooh, you're gonna have to share pictures of that chair because I bet you it's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm going to, like, once the listing going to be like closer to active, I'll actually show people, like, seriously, like that's my negotiation. I'm taking the commission and that chair. Like, we have a deal. So we really need to sell this house. I want that chair. I have been wanting that chair for like 2 years at that point.
So my favorite story, sorry to distract from this, but this is like my favorite story about commissions. One time on a HUD, it was literally noted dog, because for part of my commission, I got a purebred black and white Cocker Spaniel that was like my baby. This dog was the cutest dog ever. And when I moved back to Washington from Vegas, I brought the dog up here. The dog hated rain. I tried muttlucks, I tried everything. So he ended up going back to live with my best friend in Las Vegas. And I would go visit him. He was like so happy there, but that was like my favorite commission story is I got a dog.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So I love those.
We'll go active. We're going to change the price from previous listing, but it's going to be somewhere near the previous listing price. And they have fixed most of the problems that the previous inspection has ran into. There's going to be new electrical in there, new electrical box. So, I mean,
nice.
we're
New panel?
Maybe.
It's a new electrical panel?
Correct.
Okay. And that was listed before at what, 1.4, 1.5?
Yeah, around that 1.45. I believe it was at 1.450, 1.45.
Nice.
It should be somewhere around that. It's just the limit.
And we can't even talk about what it will be. We can talk about what it was listed at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't decided it yet. I'm just saying that we're going to pull more comps, obviously, and see the
Yeah.
current market, especially with the lack of inventory in Mercer Islands. Should be
Oh,
good.
there's very little inventory, so many places. I have a listing that's coming up, Redmond Woodinville area. It's like super close to Chateau Ste. Michelle, but has a Redmond address, and it's a little rambler. The kitchen is unreal. And so I'm trying to comp out stuff for that one. So that's supposed to come sometime in January. They bought a house cash that they were fixing up before they move in. So I'm waiting for the renovations on their new house to get finished so that I can list their house. But I'm super excited about that one. Anybody else have anything? Questions, comments? Anything?
Hi, yes, this is Forbes. Hey, actually have a buyer that's looking for new construction down by Pierce County, like Tacoma, Lakewood, Edgewood, that kind of area, or even Gig Harbor. I found a few that are listed on the MLS right now, and they're not, interested in those particular communities, like from the Lennar,
What's
J.R.
their price
Horton,
point?
lower 500s. Yeah.
I was gonna say Zetterberg makes an amazing home. I don't know if they have anything in that price point, but if you
Okay.
talk to Mark Johnson, he's their broker. He's with KW Tacoma, but you could see if they have anything. I don't think they
Okay.
do. Monarch is a good builder, kind of in that price point.
Anika has something in that price point in Tacoma.
75 is where she's at, and it's listed. So he said he had looked at all the listing stuff, so I was trying to think of things that were off
But
market.
no, there's scheduled construction in there that is not in MLS yet.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
so definitely check with her.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Of course. So does anybody else have anything?
Lori,
Questions?
do you know the average like sales volume for our agency per month?
We've been between 15 and 20.
Mm-hmm. Not bad.
Yeah, 15 and 20 million is where
Oh,
we've
do
been.
you know, for example, if I was on a deal with another agent and the house got sold, but that agent was the listing agent and I was the co-listing agent. So the MLS doesn't list me as the listing agent, and looks like this transaction doesn't go under my name as well. So what can we do in this case?
So it already closed and they didn't put you in,
Yes.
but you were on the contract?
Only one agent was, because it was the listing agent and I was a co-listing agent.
Yeah, if you were co-list, you should have been on the listing contract and you should have been listed on the MLS as a co-agent.
Uh-huh.
So you need to make sure that you are on the contract, and then you can send the contract into the Northwest MLS and say, add me at the past sale, because I was a co-agent. If you're not listed on the listing agreement, they won't add you.
And if another situation with the buyer, when two agents worked on the same deal for a buyer, is it the same?
There was just a change on that, because before you could only enter one buyer's agent, but I feel like there was a way, and just so you know, in your stats, you won't get a full credit on co-buyer or listing or buyer, right? Then that's what you're gonna get, is just a partial credit.
Because there is a form on the MLS where you can say there are two agents working on this transaction for this client.
And I just don't know how, God, I'm trying to remember inputting those when you're doing pending, if the the listing broker can input that, or if that form needs to be sent to the MLS. That's my only question, because you can have two selling brokers. I'm just trying to figure out how you would get credit. So I think I will have to double check and see if you can input that when you change a listing to pending, if you can input 2, because when you're inputting a listing, of course, you can co-list, right? With anyone. That's easy. But when you're inputting the pending, you know how you input, when you're inputting on your listings, you're putting it pending and you put the selling agent in there. I'm trying to remember if you can do 2 now or if that needs to go to the MLS. So I'll have to check on that so that I give you the correct information. I don't want to give you the wrong info.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Lori,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can. What's up?
Since you guys are talking about it, so if there's a co-buyer's agent, do they have to fill out the commission disbursement or do they just get paid and wired? If it's on our company, if they're both in our company.
So in
But
KB
the
Core,
commission goes under the company's name, and then the company divides it between 2 agents.
but on KB Core, you have to add, not KB Core, oh my gosh, Brokerment. On Brokerment, you have to add them in there.
How?
So you have to make sure that we know.
Yeah,
Or
when you
else-
create a transaction,
And you can
click
edit it
on-
after the transaction too, Mila. It doesn't have to be done right at the beginning. So let's say, you start working with someone and then you go, oh my gosh, I can't do the inspection and I can't do, all these things. So I'm going to have this person be a co-selling broker. So then you add it. You can go in and edit and add them. And you just put the
I have to add
percentages.
it. They don't have to create anything. I would have to add them as a co-agent.
Yes. And it's under, commissions on Brokerment. You go in there and you edit that.
But you guys can see it already from the Form 40.
No, on the Form 40, you mentioned how much
On the
money
Form
goes to
40,
the
you can
Nexus
break
Realty.
it down on the Form 40 as well, or you can leave it just Nexus because it's all going to Nexus, or you can break it down whatever the percentages are. You can break it down on the Form 40. There's a lot of different ways to do that. My thing is always over disclose rather than under. So I would do the Form 40. I would also do on Brokerment. I would put it, because you can put Nexus, right? And then dash the broker's name, because we have brokers that do that all the time where you have someone within the brokerage working on something and you put Nexus, then the name, and you have the breakdown of what it is right here on the Form 40. And again, the breakdown, what they're getting, Nexus, and their name.
Yeah,
But
I've
always
done
put
that.
see attached wire instructions, not the address underneath. So you can do it either way. But my thing is, I would do it every way so that it's very clear, so it doesn't get missed.
No, I had it clear. Just for some reason, I just got that. For some reason, escrow only wired for one of the agents, not the second agent. But I'm trying to figure that out why, which is weird because they're both Nexus.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Well, we can work on that today. All right, any other pressing questions? Because I have to go get prepared for this. Wish me luck. I have never done Facebook Live, so I'm kind of freaking out.
Oh, have fun. Enjoy it. It's a moment of fame.
Good luck.
I don't think it's fame. I don't think anyone's going to be watching. Hopefully not.
I'll watch. Good luck.
Oh, thanks, guys. You're like, we'll be watching. Wahahaha. All right. Thank you all. I'll see you next week. Let me know in the meantime if you have any questions. Bye.
Bye.